Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time we went up to Drakenvale to get some dragon grass, but as it turns out, in this world, that's incredibly dangerous, and the grass will try to kill you. So that's probably why we don't have any windrakes around here. And with that, we can just look through the classes as usual. We've got 2 attackers, Bartz as a ninja, Galuf as a punch dancer, and I just want to continue learning time magic because it's always very useful, and it's kind of some of the only magic that Lena actually has. And Ferris is Cannoneer just because I want levels in this one. Cannoneer is very simplistic, so I kind of just want to get through it. Alright, so let's march on down to the south. Any new battles?
You just notice it looks like Galuf is shooting finger guns when he's walking facing the camera like that.
Alright, we're back here in Ball. Ah, goddammit. Why are we eating our own words? Thankfully, Galuf knows how to break into his own castle. Should we be worried or what?
You see, there's a huge flaw in the castle's security.
Also, I do appreciate that Bartz is the last to jump, being afraid of heights and all.
It would have been funny if he, went down the stairs.
Goes the long way.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And we're sucked back into the castle interior. Alright, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Yeah, fine. I'm glad you're secure or whatever, you jerks. Docking your pay.
Alright, next time we should put, a little, tiny hole, maybe, with a bit of glass over it, in the door so we can look out and see, that it's you. We thought they were, mimicking your voice, but I don't think they could disguise themselves as you.
Ah, geez, Krill got sick. Wait, hold on a sec, I need context. Who's Gato? Is he on the phone? I really need to know, who's Guido? Okay, so Guido's the reason that Galuf and the others went over in the first place.
He's calling her psychotically?
Psychically, Bartz. Please, no words better.
He's apparently given her a headache so bad it's left her bedridden, so psychotically is not the wrong word.
Well, yeah, of course, we need to use the Windrake to get anywhere around here. Alright, we've got a location. In case you need to find the location, I should mention, because I don't think I have before, your world map from World 1 is actually just a World 2 map now. I don't know how that happens, but also, yeah, you're kinda screwed if you didn't pick up the world map in Bartz's world.
No, I don't wanna. That'll try to kill me. It's gonna choke me to death.
Alright, don't worry, Lena's on the case. As always, the direct solution is the most efficient one. Just gonna eat the thing that's poisonous to her. Alright, just don't fall over until the Windrake has actually eaten this dragon grass. Otherwise, you're gonna set a bad example. Chomp chomp. Rip.
Lena, what the fuck is your problem?
It worked, didn't it? Also, if I remember correctly, we don't actually ever get a name for this Windrake. And if I remember correctly, Hyrule was actually just, like... oh no, Rip Krill. Hyrule is basically just, like, the species name, and Hyrule is not, like, a specific name for the first dragon in the Japanese version. They're just all Hyrules, because, you know, he's dragon and all. Alright, here we go, to Sage Guido. Now that we're done with another case of Lena poisoning herself in some capacity. Alright, go, fly on! Windrake 2, the sequel.
Year 2.
I don't know why the music is doing this, but there's just a very loud beeping in the background.
It's the sound of Lena throwing up over the side of the Windrake.
This is just what the Windrake sounds like on this planet.
They got Lena to play that instrument in the band. She's not really feeling it right now.
Wait, hold on a sec. I know the sea and also tectonic plates. I know what's happening. Oh, okay. We just got here, though. So, RIP to an entire island. We didn't even need to break a crystal to have that one happen this time. As it turns out, though, that was X-Death. He did that.
I just blew up an entire landmass! Go me!
Also, fucked up castle you got there, buddy. Thankfully, we survived, because even though the Windrake cannot dive, that's the one exception. Alright, well, that didn't work out. I guess we'll just fly around, until we find... Oh, there's a new castle. I guess we'll go here. There might be a hint if you go back to Galif's castle. They usually do a pretty good job of giving you some kind of lead if you just retrace your steps in an otherwise confusing moment, but... yeah, the castle's right here and we haven't seen it before, and, you know, since we can't go to Sage Guido, we'll just go here instead. To Jizat's castle. Good luck pronouncing that one, kids. Oh cool, we get free reign over the castle, nice.
I like when they give you explicit permission to take anything from a treasure chest, but it just means that every time that doesn't happen, you are explicitly stealing now.
Yeah, it is much like giving cartoon characters, like, single articles of clothing. Once you do that, the rest are nude. That sort of situation. Huh. Weird. That's very specific and for some reason very familiar. Also, I'm eating this man. Morph into this man, Galuf. The big book of the things X-Death fucked up. Wow, that's a lot of books. How did you manage that?
The big book of everything X-Death fucked up. You just open the first page and it's just the word everything in the largest font you've ever seen.
It's like that one, what was it? Like the crafts or the hobbies webpage that's just incrementally growing fonts.
The sewing tips and tricks or whatever. No, troubleshooting. It's a troubleshooting page for a sewing machine. They forgot to close a bracket, and so the font just gets bigger with every line, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It is truly marvelous. I'm so glad. They never fixed that, right? That's not just a Wayback Machine thing. It's just straight up.
It's fixed.
It's like that.
It's been fixed.
Ah, okay.
You have to get an archive version of it. As funny as it is, it's actually pretty irritating if you're trying to troubleshoot your machine.
I mean, surely those aren't in production anymore, right? Is it American made? If so, then like anything made before the past 3 years has just probably been killed off. Technology can only be from either like 50 years ago or 2 years ago nowadays. Nothing else is built to last.
I had to look up how Pyrex used to make their containers, because they don't make it that way anymore. I had to look up what borosilicate glass was, so I knew what to Google to get a good fucking measuring cup that wouldn't break the first time I put hot water in it.
And now they're going out of business.
I mean, it sucks for the people employed there, but my first instinct was, good, fuck you, Pyrex. Hopefully the French branches will still be operating, because they're still making it the old way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, France.
You have to pay extra to import your fucking Pyrex if you want it to be good.
You have to pay for import on basically anything for something good.
The Coca-Cola tastes better outside of the US, the Pyrex is built better outside of the US.
You know, see, I figured, since we have time to fill, just ransacking this castle, I figured we'd be talking more about, you know, writing and whatnot, because that's the fucking rant
Well, I'm
of the
too
week.
mad about Pyrex.
Also, we learned float.
Alriat, what did you want to say about writing?
Oh no, just to date this episode, recently, the Unicorn Unicorn Strategy, is that it?
Unicorn Overlord?
Overlord, God, I'm getting my titles mixed up. But yeah, Unicorn Overlord, the demo for that came out recently, so of course people were complaining about the translation of it. Because, you know, that's what nerds do anymore, is complain about writing and how it's not literally translated. because they think that's what they want, but they don't. I feel like I can't add that much more to it, because really, it has been repeated over and over again, this argument, and it's always just the dumbest but loudest people who complain about this sort of thing. Like, sure, yeah, sometimes translations can be bad. I feel like, though, the days of blanket statements saying a translation is bad is kind of over. Like, once translators realized that Americans aren't so dumb that we wouldn't know what stuff from Japan was, I feel like things on a whole got better, because really just Americanizing, I think, was kind of a big issue. But it's not really one that's seen as much anymore.
Yeah, and even that one gets misattributed. People blame the American localizers on that when it was the Japanese creators that went independently. This won't sell unless we make it less Japanish.
Mm-hmm. Though in fairness, that also did give us jelly donuts, and you know what? It's dumb, but I'm always amused by it, so I'm gonna say even in those instances.
I fucking hate that running gag, actually.
Can't stop, won't stop. But yeah, no, like... the thing is, you're allowed to disagree with small things. Like, there are certainly things translated that I'm always not always 100% fond of. But, I just say I maybe don't like that line as much here. Like, it's actually a song, rather than like a, video game or whatever, but Smiles and Tears from Earthbound, the lyrics of that, there's one that I actually really like the direct translation of, but I don't like as much, like, translated to fit the song itself, but I wouldn't change it, because it needs to fit the song if you're actually making it a song. I just happen to like kind of the impact of at least the way it translates, literally.
In general, translating song lyrics is a losing battle.
Mm-hmm.
The English versions of the songs in Tenshin Muyo are fine, and basically every other translated song is rough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, boats.
If I have time, my translation thing I want to talk about, I'm playing Octopath Traveler. Technically again, but I never completed it the first time. I like what they did with Hanet and her village and the way they talk, but I fully understand why some people go, I can't fucking read this. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, we're meeting Jizat now, so the last few comments on it are, one, we're going to get a line pretty soon that people would absolutely hate nowadays. You'd absolutely have it screen capped next to the translation in one of those dumb Twitter threads. Just like, this is what it would look like it was literal, but they added a joke, how dare they?
Joke in Final Fantasy V?
There are probably people who would want this game translated literally, and those people are wrong. You can't translate jokes quite literally. Like, that's the other thing is, nobody who's doing these arguments is ever like, oh, I really miss the artistry, I really miss the prose of this line in Japanese. Because they don't actually care about the Japanese version, or they'd just learn Japanese and read it if they were so fucking dedicated.
That's how you can tell this whole thing is horseshit, because, like, you do lose things in translation, but those things are never brought up. Because the people who are complaining can't read or speak Japanese.
Yep. Like, the debate about, like, how you should read the Divine Comedy is just a lot of people going, yeah, you should really learn the Italian version if you can, because this is poetry. And, like, there's a certain beauty to it, and, like, I go into that understanding that, but I also did not do super well in Italian. I did well enough to pass that class, and have never used Italian since. But also, as a writer and somebody who has, recently actually been, like, pretty actively writing, My main point is, God, these people are so fucking boring. These people have they don't care about language at all. Anyway, here's the action part of this. But yeah, no, just ending note. God, you people are fucking boring. I actually appreciate the English language more now that I'm, like, using it, and it's bullshit, but it's fun, actually.
You shouldn't have said that, they're coming for us.
Oh yeah, here they are.
X-Death, he wants a literal translation!
Oh no! Well, that man's dead. So God, I love that so much.
Yeah. This is as cool as they can make this, and I love that.
Mm-hmm. Even with, limitations for the sprite work and animation of this game, God, they do such good stuff with it. Alright, well, we can't fight those guys. But we can fight Gobbledygook!
Gobbledygook! Anyways, I wish this game got a remake the way that Final Fantasy IV got a remake.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've actually thought of how I'd want a 5 remake before, and yeah, I want something like, with, like, 3D models in, like, 4, or, like, maybe the Bravely Default games. But also, hear me out, with, like, the Mega Man Legends style of, like, face sprite animation, because that kicks ass, and I think that'd look really good.
Awesome, but you'd have to get because Final Fantasy is relatively mainstream, especially for a JRPG, you have to get a mainstream audience to accept that.
And their mainstream audience is fools.
We barely got them to accept HD 2D, and there were people who were sick of HD 2D within like 3 months of Octopath coming out, I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, here's Gilgamesh, as entertaining as always. We are harshing his buzz. This is actually a, simple in some ways, more complex than others fight in comparison to the first one. We want to steal from him this time, definitely, because we get a really good piece of armor from him. But yeah, in this case, he's not gonna pull the, oh god, he's not gonna pull the trick he did in the first fight, where he pretends to surrender, and then just throws on a whole lot of buffs, but something else will happen. And if you know this character's name is Gilgamesh, something actually kind of fitting might come up. Also, the other thing I've been thinking about, like, in regards to, Mega Man Legends-ish style, is just, like, the colors of Legends, I think actually fit this game really well. Because this game can be really vibrant when it needs to be, but it can also do, like, darker, mechanical type areas, in much the same way sort of the underground ruins of Legends does. I don't know, I just think that'd be just a really good, cool look for this game. Also, I would just love to be able to have the outfits on, like, in cutscenes and whatnot. I just want job outfits being present at all times.
Are there very many indie games that try and copy the Mega Man Legends style 3D models?
Oh god, there was one a while ago, but I forgot the name of it.
There was Frog Gun.
Oh, Genji Gloves, that's what we want.
I know there was Frog Gun, which was a platformer where the main character looked very much like a Legends NPC. And that was mostly fun, but it was, like, way too difficult for me to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I got frustrated really quickly. But yeah, I remember seeing that and thinking like, oh, there's gonna be... Hello.
So here's Enkidu. So, yeah, it's just like the actual Epic of Gilgamesh. Like from the Mesopotamia. Gilgamesh really does not match that Gilgamesh as a character, but he does have a faithful sidekick named Enkidu. I don't know where he came from in this game, but he probably doesn't have the same origin. Enkidu, of course, is the beast man that had to be tamed through several days of fights, and also fucking.
I was going to say, and this is what he looked like in the poem, right? But then you said beast man. So, I don't know, maybe he did look like this.
It's not necessarily incorrect. Ah, he can't be tempted somehow. Alright, so definitely not the same origin story then.
Knowing where Gilgamesh goes in the future, it's really fucking weird to see Enkidu, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna actually have this guy kind of be like Gilgamesh, and then right after this game, they went, no, fuck that.
Absolutely not. Gilgamesh will never learn anything ever.
He's just gonna be a dumbass with a bunch of swords.
Just as a quick note, Gilgamesh is kind of just the powerhouse. Enkidu's here for healing. He has White Wind and also Vampire, which did kill the shit out of Galuf.
Yeah, I noticed. It distracted me momentarily.
So, Vampire, of course, is what he's going to use when he's lower on HP, because the more you damage him, the worse White Wind does for healing. The nice news is that also, since he casted that at the start, I believe you could tell that he had 4,000 HP, I think it was. He kind of just gives away the game immediately.
How do you like it? How do you like having your health stolen, Enkidu?
Alright, so now that he's gone and we got the Genji gloves from Gilgamesh, we can just beat up Gilgamesh. We're done. Get his ass.
Christ.
I think I found the game. Okay, so Delta Gal was the thing I was thinking of. Someone's making a game that very much resembles the Legend style of thing.
Faithful sidekick. Enkidu. Sidekicks are not to ditch the hero!
And we win. Oh no!
Hey, wait a minute! I was supposed to take you out with me! That pun is so bad I'm gonna fall on purpose.
That's the line. That's the line people would bitch about, and they would be wrong about it.
I mean, heaven forbid two people that have been friends for literal decades joke with each other.
Alright, so there we go. We had our death battle at the big boat. And I assume that guy on the left must be a replacement for the first guy who was there, because that first guy did just get knocked into the ocean. I'm assuming dead on that one. Alright. Heave-ho we go. Alright, a secret passage underneath this boat that leads to some sort of weird mechanical area. So that's right, this fleet was actually hiding a submarine all along.
Oh yeah, no, that whole fleet, yeah, that's just a decoy.
So yeah, can't get into the tower by just walking through a front door, but we have been tunneling underneath one of them. And X-Death needs to have all four active in order to actually make use of them, which makes sense. I mean, if the barrier's powered by four of them, then taking one out would destroy enough power to turn it off. So we'll follow Jizat, but first, a nap. We get to rest for free in these chairs. And next time, we'll take on the barrier tower.